morning. My name is Sarai and Ajai. Thanks for watching my Identity Theft YouTube video. The time is 10:45 a.m. on a Thursday morning. And this is going to be a brief video because I had people hanging out in my common area shouting where I can hear it that they want to put me in a homeless shelter because I have a racist problem and they don't want to go to jail for their racism. I have cancer. For the last 3 days, my temperature has been over 101. I went to the store last week and coming back, I got on a bus and this woman sat right behind me, this African-American female from the continent of Africa, sat right behind me, and I noticed that something was wrong. And I shifted my body to face her. And when I faced her, her hands were right by my neck, right here, where my shoulder blades here is right here. So I got back home and I felt like I had a sting on my back, like a puncture wound. And sure enough, there was a dark spot there. Well, as of Monday, I have been having high fevers and so forth and so on. But this video, these are kind of things I've been having problems with. I live in Fargo, North Dakota, and I'm planning on moving back home to Illinois. But they want to put me in a homeless shelter because I face racism. They don't want to go to jail for their federal racism problem. So in other words, they changed their name to an exact or similar name. And what I've learned from this process, they are mapping my academics to these people. Whether they racism or not, I don't know. From my experience, they came in all colors, even African Americans. So they want to put me in a homeless shelter because I'm facing racism over my female and female gender identity information. And I'm having a problem with a lot of males on my paperwork. Even if they changed their name to match mine, they were mirroring my information, my academics to them, which I thought was interesting. I don't know how they got around it with my birth. I guess they were using my birth certificate number, but they were using their social security numbers. They got around the taxes. I was for many years, I pondered, how did this scheme actually work? So basically, they take over somebody's paperwork. I lose my rights. So they want to throw me in the streets to control their racism problem. But that's what they claim. I don't know. But for what I had experienced, they came in all color, even African American born. I'm even having problems with Asians now. And what they were doing with my paperwork was basically, I don't want to go to college, but then I can forge a person like myself, American born, not the continent of Africa, and forge her paperwork and then link my academics, which match my birth certificate, and then I can get the job at a higher pay. This is what they've been doing to me for over a decade. I think it's 2 decades now. I lost my career over this. They want to put me in a homeless shelter because I don't meet, they have a quote unquote racism problem and they don't want to go quote unquote to jail about my racism problem. If something happened to me as of March 25th of 2021 on a Thursday, and this time forward, if something happened to me, if I wind up dead, you know why. I've been having some really interesting problems here. Some real interesting problems. I believe I make up 1% of the population. They claim that 5, unless they're counting African Americans from the continent of Africa. But then they don't want to go to school. These people I'm encountering with this issue, they think they're better than me, but they don't want to go to school. This is what they're telling me. So my academic is not mine. I'm a dropout. when they are the dropouts under my credentials. I don't know how they did. I thought it was really interesting what they did. And I went on my E-Verify trying to get access to that account. And my questions, I had to go through a verification question for, and they're all wrong. So one of them questions, they have telephone number 406. I never had a telephone number 406 area code. The school I attended, the high school I attended is wrong. So this is really getting really interesting. I'm scared. I'm planning on moving next month, and I am afraid they want to deny me with the proper paperwork. I have all my paperwork, and then they will sit there and claim I'm not the original. But by law, they have to give me an excuse why they think I'm not the original. By law, they have to give me documentation. And they have a forgery problem. Some I hear them now. They're in the common area. I can hear them. I can hear them saying they have a forgery problem. I don't even know how they got to the ID. I went there at the DMV in North Dakota, Fargo. In 2019, I haven't been there once. Been back since. I have a real ID, but yet they telling me that they have these people on my paperwork and I'm supposed to accept their problem. I don't understand it. It's not my problem. Why put me in this predicament? I have cancer. I really do have cancer. I just got over 3-day and it's still going. It's about 98.2 fever. It's been 101 for 3 days. It was 102 on the first day. I couldn't move. I was throwing up and everything you can imagine. And people harm me over my credentials. So this is not a joke. I'm hoping that if anything happened to me, my body will be turned over to the custody of the federal government for what they call evaluation of death. Because if something happened to me, I believe people have done something to me. There's a problem with my health, and it showed up in a test, and they don't even know how it got there. People tend to do bad things to me over my credentials. I don't understand. It's about homeless people. These homeless people, I was on a bus earlier this month, and this guy is going to tell me that I'm going to pay my rent outside. The homeless people targeting me. I don't even know these homeless people, but they keep targeting me. I have to carry my personal items, else I would not have my possession when I get back here. They came in here, I changed the lock January of 2020, and they came in here in the summer of 2021 and stole all those documents from me while I was asleep. I had problems with my long toe and big toe in between, like they shot me up with something. So I know they're shooting me up, and then they boast about it. These were Africans, boast about it. They gave me coronavirus twice when I was out in the store. These people are hurting me. But if anything happens to me, I am not going in a homeless shelter. I'd rather commit suicide just because they can't identify me and I have all my passports and things, and they sitting up there claiming they can't identify me. I would commit suicide because I'm having a lack of justice here. But these other race of people can be on my paperwork and flourish under it. They claim they're better people. This is the problem with this. But yet, it's my academic attainment, but they claim they're better people. Explain it. They never even tried to get a GED or tried to go to college, but it's their paperwork. On my paperwork, this is a narcissistic problem behavior with this method. And I'm the scapegoat. Everything that goes wrong, I'm their scapegoat. I don't know. I feel that I have been oppressed so much that they're willing to do bad things now. I mean, really kill me. And I do not want my body, if anything happened to me, it would go in some type of examination of death. Now, I've been handling, I can't even put anything in my stomach. I haven't eaten like 3 days. I've been soup and little stuff and it comes right out. I have cancer, my throat's sore now, it hurts. And I've been having this, I have thyroid cancer, and they always talk about them. It's always about them. They can't help them. That's what people in the comment, they can't help them. But that has to do with my paperwork. They have health and human services, they have educational programs, they have Pell Grants and so forth, but they can't, it's laziness. And I suffered, my career suffered because they were on my paperwork. I'm not going to go through this again. I really am not. And I will commit suicide because somebody says I'm a male and I don't even look like a male. See any facial hairs? See any chin around my face? I don't even wear makeup. So I'm hoping that if something bad happens to me, this video will be watched. Like a forensic file investigation. They don't want to go to jail because they discriminated against me over my ID, thinking it should be a white person or a Mexican person or an Asian person. There's always these other race of people that I don't even know. Males on my paperwork, so I have to live outside because they say I'm a male with cancer. I have a body problem. I need a bathroom. I mean, seriously, these people are unbelievable, and they're discriminating me over my disability now. Have a blessed day.